Hey guys, it's Sam here, and today we are going to be reacting to my Premier League predictions. I'm gonna be putting 2 and 2 in this video, while also talking about obviously yesterday and the heartbreak for Liverpool, but we'll get onto that after we've done the prediction. So I'm going to put the actual league table somewhere here or here, and my predictions here or here on the other side. So you'll have me in the middle, and then you'll have my predictions and the real Premier League table, or my predictions and the real Premier League table. Either way, they'll both be on the screen. So the Premier League table finished: City top, Liverpool second, Chelsea third, Tottenham fourth, Arsenal fifth, United sixth, West Ham seventh, Leicester eighth, Brighton ninth, Wolves 10th, Newcastle 11th, Palace 12th, Brentford 13th, Villa 14th, Southampton 15th, Everton 16th, Leeds 17th, and then relegated Burnley, Watford and Norwich. Now, I would say there's quite a few surprises in there. I didn't think Burnley would go down, because I thought of the Sean Dyche factor. He ended up getting sacked. Didn't think Everton would struggle because of the Benitez factor. He ended up getting sacked. There were other teams I didn't think would struggle, ended up struggling. So my predictions were City to win the title, got that right, Liverpool to finish second, Man United third, Chelsea fourth, Leicester fifth, West Ham sixth, Arsenal seventh, Villa eighth, Everton ninth, Tottenham 10th, Leeds 11th, Wolves 12th, Palace 13th, Newcastle 14th, Southampton 15th, Brighton 16th, Burnley 17th, and then relegated Brentford, Watford, Norwich. So there are a few that I did get right. Got Norwich and Watford right, as Norwich finished bottom, Watford finished 19th. I got City, Liverpool right as well. I think there may have been a few others that I got right. I predict you'll see. But that is it, and that's the season over. I think I did pretty well. Predicted some good ones. I think it was difficult for Brentford. No one really knew how Brentford would play. It was their first season in the Premier League. We had history with Norwich and Watford. But with Brentford it was difficult. Also Leeds, it was difficult because Bielsa was so... Leeds did so well last season, but it just didn't work out. Bielsa ended up getting sacked. Jesse Marsch came in, and it looked as if they were going to go down. They won on the last day, Burnley lost, and Jesse Marsch has kept them in the kept them in the Premier League. That is an incredible achievement for a manager that, let's face it, probably not many people knew. He's American, and over here we're not that well equipped with American managers. So I don't think many people knew what to expect, but he's kept them up, and I think he did a very good job. I think he did as well as he could have done. He got some big results, and Leeds were lucky to stay up. They were massively lucky with everything that happened, the injuries, then at the end, the suspensions. You know, the last 2 games they got a red card. Luke Ayling, and then I don't remember who else got the red card. Don't care, to be honest. But they got reds in the last 2 games to make it even harder for themselves. But they stayed up. And that is down to, obviously, great to come back and to win, but also down to Burnley unable to hold on to the win against Villa, and then also losing to Newcastle, which is very difficult. You know, Newcastle, since Eddie Howe's come in, has been unbelievable. What a turnaround he's done. You know, I think for, I don't think Manager of the Year's been made yet. I know the Player of the Season was De Bruyne. Young Player of the Season was Foden. I think Manager of the Year should go to Eddie Howe. I really, really do. What he's done, the transformation he made. Newcastle were dead and buried. They looked destined for relegation. They had a poor start, and Eddie Howe has taken them from certain relegation to finishing 11th, was it? Let me check again. Yeah, 11th. On 49 points. Which, I think, if you told any Newcastle fan during the start of the season they would finish on 49 points and finish 11th, they would have laughed. Because it looked dire, it looked really bad. But new owners came in, that gave a boost to the city, to the club. You know, the fans felt like that they got their club back after poor ownership from Mike Ashley. They get their club back, their new owners, allow Steve Bruce one more game. Doesn't work. Clearly he was not good, so he goes. They bring in Eddie Howe, who I backed when they appointed Eddie Howe, or at least when it looked like they were going to appoint him. I said he would do a great job there. I thought it was a great appointment. I didn't think he would do this good of a job though. Like, what he's done is brilliant. What he did at Bournemouth, it was there to see. On a strict budget, he managed to give Bournemouth way more years in the Premier League than they should have had, and anybody would have thought they would have. He gave them so many years, good years as well, great results. Eventually, the lack of finances came back, and it really hurt Bournemouth. Now he's at Newcastle, where literally money is no object. They have all the money in the world, just like City, and if they want, they can buy whoever they want because they have the money for it. It's just whether or not they want to go there. But I think after last season, not last season, it's only finished yesterday. After this season, really? After this season, I think a lot of people will look at Newcastle and think that is an attractive club to go. They're on the up. I would not be surprised if Newcastle got European football next season. I really would. I'm not going to say Champions League, but I think they could easily get the Europa Conference League. I really, really do. You know, that's gone to West Ham this season. Who knows? You know, with Arsenal being in the Europa League, they've got a young squad. We saw how that affected them the last time they were in the Europa League. They really struggled in the league. Could that happen again? Will they have a more balanced? Are they going to look to bring some experience in the summer to help the young lads? Or are they just going for a young team? Because I think it's kind of suicide to go with just a young team. I think you need more experience in there. I think that's what ended up killing them for the hopes of Champions League football was the lack of experience they had. They need more experience in there. And, you know, with the loss of, I think Lacazette's going, I think Bertolino's going, you know, they're going to need a new goalkeeper and they're going to need a striker. Why not go and get experience? Help out there. Don't just look at youth, look at experience. If you do that, I think they'll be fine in the Europa League and the Premier League. Don't think they'll win it, but I think they could at least get out of the group and probably go to maybe the quarter-final, maybe even the semi-final, maybe even the final. Who knows? But on to the real stuff. On to Liverpool, and it looked so promising yesterday. You know, it started off the worst possible start we could have had. 3 minutes, I think it was, 4 minutes. God, let's have a look. Let's actually have a look, shall we? It was 3 minutes. Literally a goal kick over the top of Canate's head. The Wolves player just races through, I think it was Jimenez, just races through, Pedro Neto in the middle, not marked, not picked up, lovely ball across, easy tap in, 1-0, 3 minutes. And you're thinking, nah. Then Aston Villa go 1-0 up. After we've equalised. We equalise, then Villa go 1-0 up. You're thinking, we just need one goal. Villa go 2-0 up. You're just like, we need one goal. By the time Mo Salah scores, City have already completed the comeback. They're 3-2 up. And you knew it. As soon as the first went in for City, you knew it was done. You knew, I just knew it was City were going to come back and win that. They're at home. You've just scored. You know what it means. Especially considering they scored the second pretty soon after. Then they scored the third pretty soon after that. The minute they went 3-2 up, they were never going to concede again. And it's gutting. It's gutting. But as I've said numerous times on social media, this season only really needs one word, and that's proud, or pride. You know, I have pride in this team. I'm proud of this team. They've gone the longest anyone has gone for a quadruple. The quadruple's never been on this long until this season, when Liverpool took the quadruple to the final day. We've won the domestic double. We're still on for a treble. And the fact is, on the back of last season, the start of this season, if you had told us we would win 2 trophies, every Liverpool fan would have snapped your hand off of that. Because last season was awful. But we knew what the problems was. The fact that we ended up finishing last season with 22 centre-back pairings, I think. Bruv, you're going to obviously struggle if you have 22 different centre-back pairings. You're getting no consistency at all in the squad. When we ended up getting consistency towards the end of the season was when we started winning games again. It wasn't a coincidence. It's just, use your brain. But because it's Liverpool, obviously everyone wants to say, oh, you can't use that as an excuse. Well, it wasn't an excuse, it was fact. Because we proved it when all of our injury players came back, and we didn't really get that many injuries this season, look what happened. We won 2, we're in another final, and we took the title to the final day, which is incredible. And the fact is, if we finish the season with just 2 trophies, it will feel like an absolutely gut-wrenching and gutting season, which is mind-boggling considering we already won 2 trophies. Like I said, you take that at the start of the season, but because of how good we've been and how far we've got in this season, it will feel absolutely gutting, and there won't really feel like a joyous celebration if we only finish the season with 2. The fact is that the parade is the day after the Champions League final. It will feel like no point in celebrating if we end up going on that parade having lost the Champions League final. That is bigger incentive to go and win in Paris. This loss here, losing out to City on the last day, is big incentive to go and win in Paris. They did it 3 years ago. 3 years ago we lost the title on the final day to Man City, finishing only a point or 2 points behind them. We finished on 97, I think, that season. Yeah, 97. They finished on 98. We had a Champions League final. We went in to that Champions League final, didn't play too great, but won 2-0 against Tottenham. The season after, we smashed it. We won the Super Cup, we won the Club World Cup, but the biggest thing is we won the Premier League and we smashed it by a mile. That is what we have to take into next season. We have to go into Paris, believe that we can do exactly what we did 3 years ago and win it. Not against Tottenham, it's against Real Madrid, even harder opposition, but you know, on our day we can beat anyone. And then go into next season and just smash the league. Just go on a brilliant run and just annihilate this league. And turn those draws into wins, because it's the draws that fucked us again. It was the draws 3 years ago that the reason we didn't win the title, and it's the draws again. The 2 draws against Chelsea, especially the one at Stamford Bridge where we were 2-0 up and we threw it away in the same half, is gutting. The draw against Tottenham, the draws against City, the draw earlier on in the season against Brighton. It's those that at the end of the by the end of the season you look back on and you say, if we just won against Brighton we would have won it. If we'd just beaten Tottenham we would have won it. If we beat City we would have won it. And that's the beauty of football. It's if, buts and maybes. But that's not how football works. Football is the greatest sport on earth because of this reason. Anyone can beat anyone. Doesn't matter where you are. Even unlikely as it seems, the impossible can happen. And that is why we love this sport. And it's also so cruel at times. You know, Liverpool have finished 97, 99 and 92 points, and we have 1 title to show for it. Any other era, this Liverpool team and Jurgen Klopp would have 3-4 titles easily. But because we're against this City team, because we're in this era, we have 1. And to even win 1 is incredible. But I just hope that by the end of this Liverpool team and Jurgen Klopp's reign, that we've at least won 2 titles. because it would be heartbreaking to see Jurgen Klopp leave with only the one league title, because he deserves more. This team deserves more, and we just have to go next season. And I think realistically, if we want to win the title, I think we have to put our eggs into the league. I really do, because I think that's what we did 2 years ago when we won it. If I'm being honest, I think in the Carabao Cup we just played the kids. The FA Cup we just played the kids. The Champions League was unfortunate. We went for 2 competitions. We put our eggs into 2 competitions, the League and the Champions League. Unfortunately, we got knocked out to Atletico Madrid in extra time. Heartbreaking, but at that point we knew all our focus was then on the league, and we already had a brilliant lead. Like, we were so far ahead in the title. It was like, now we have no distractions. Now it has to be us. We have to win this now, because we've got no distractions. Or at least we thought we didn't have any distractions, and then the pandemic came. And season, I don't know how close it was to being scrapped, but there were talks of it being scrapped. I don't think Ajax got the title. I don't think Paris Saint-Germain got the title. There were leagues that were null and void. We were lucky to be able to play and to win that title. And now I think we have to do the same again next season. If we want to win the title, I think we're going to have to put the eggs into that basket, and I think we're just going to have to concede the cups. Just not put up a defence for the League Cup and the FA Cup. To be honest, it wasn't even that. We could go on and just play all of our players again and try and go for the quadruple again next season, because it wasn't even the competitions, it was the league that fucked us. It was the draws. And, you know, it's just about getting that extra. At the end of the season, we ended up turning those draws into wins, but it was too late. We'd drawn too many games previous. The City one is the one that ended it. We had to beat Man City, and we didn't, and we drew again, and it was gutting. But on to Saturday, on to Paris. Let's make it 7, have a great parade, and then go, recharge, go next season, strengthen in the window, and let's go again. Let's get this league title. Our second league title, but our 20th in total. Let's do it, because I think that's probably why Jurgen Klopp signed the new deal. I think he really wants to win a league title with the fans in it. I think he was happy with winning the title, but the fact there were no fans there, I think, really is a downer, and he wants to do it with fans in the stadium so he can celebrate it and everything. I think that's probably why he signed a new deal, because he knew how strong City are. He knows how strong City will still be. City will still be here. Chelsea will still be here. United will. He knows how difficult it'll be, but he wants it because he believes in the team. He believes that he's going to be backed in the market. He believes in everything that they do here, and he loves it. And when you love something, why would you go? You know, you would stay. But I think if we'd won another league title, I think he would probably have second opinions, and I do think he probably would have gone. But now we know he's at least staying until 2026. We have 4 years now to win another title, and in 4 years we can do it. We can do it. We're more than capable of doing it. You know, with what we're hearing during this summer, that Mane, Gomez, Salah, they're all going to be offered new contracts. Likelihood is Mane and Gomez sign. Salah's still unsure. At the minute, the future's still really in doubt over him. I think the emerging of Diaz has put a lot of Liverpool fans' minds at ease. Because before we signed Diaz, it was like, if we lose Salah, there's nothing there, like, we're gonna struggle. So we would struggle if we lose Salah. Diaz came along. I think a lot of people have gone, do you know what? What were we worrying for? Yeah, we might not have a single player that gets the numbers of Salah, but that gets spread out equally now. And we still have quality. Diaz is lightning quick. He's got the skill. He's only been there half a season and already settled in brilliantly, more than anyone could have hoped for, and has been excellent. He's been definitely one of our best players throughout the whole season, and he's only been there half a season. You know, it's unreal. And you know, with a pre-season under his belt, with a full season under his belt, honestly, I think it does put a lot of fans' minds at ease. And the fact is, there are plenty of wingers out there. Again, they might not get the numbers of Salah, but they get spread out equally now. And I think that might also change in his mind as well, of like, you know, this team is actually doing something and he feels the love. Is he going to get that at PSG? Probably not. Is he going to get that at Real Madrid? Probably not. You know, it's a unique club, and I think that it's at the end of the day, it's up to him. You know, if he wants money, then he'll go to PSG or he'll go to Real Madrid. If he wants to stay somewhere where he's loved, where the fans love him and adore him, then he stays. But, you know, after the Mbappe deal, the man literally runs PSG now. Like, there is no point in having that fucking president. There's no point in having Pochettino as manager. He is the manager. He is the president. He is PSG. 300 million signing bonus. $1 million a week. He gets to choose who the manager is. He gets to choose who they sign and who they sell. He is the owner. He owns PSG now. That is mental. How can you allow a player to own a club? That is bonkers. And the way FSG do it is so good that they go, look, we have a wage structure. We don't care how good you are. We don't break it. Because if we break it, you then get more players knocking at the door going, I'm as key as he is to this team. I want the same. Fortunately, that's not going to happen. And that's how you get unrest in the team. That's how you start losing faith in. That's how a dressing room breaks. Right now, the dressing room is as solid as it can be. It's unbreakable. If you break that wage structure, it starts cracking, and all of a sudden people knock on the door wanting more money, they're not going to be able to get it. All of a sudden PSG comes along and goes, we'll offer you way more. And they go, alright, in a bit, I go there. It's not as bad as it could have been if we lose Mo Salah. I think he'll still be here next season, but I would hate to lose a player like that for free, because we could get well over 100 million for him. And as a club that likes to do things differently, we don't like splashing the cash, we like to spend what we've earned, basically. So we spend what we generate, which is why a lot of the time you hear either the owners or Jurgen Klopp say we have to sell before we buy. And a lot of fans don't like that, but the fact is, it actually works. It's working for this team, and it also keeps the finances good. We're not going to be under FFP, like investigations like Everton and like PSG could be. You know, we're not going to be in financial disarray like Real Madrid and Barcelona are. We'll be good. And the fact is that that wage structure we have is way more. It's well enough to be a professional footballer. I'm pretty sure we're offering 300 grand. 300 grand a week. Bruv, you kick a ball. Why do you want so much money for kicking a ball? Yeah, you might have skill. Yeah, you might score a lot of goals. At the end of the day, you're kicking a ball into a net. Bro, I do it for free. I don't care. I do it at a park, mate. Like, I would honestly do it for free. Because I love football. It was my dream to be a professional footballer. I didn't care about the money. Football's all I've ever known. Football was literally my life. My life revolves around football. And I would play professionally for free. And you're getting people playing for £1 million a week. People demanding they want 500 or 400 grand a week. Bruv, you kick a ball. Remember that. You're literally kicking a ball. And you're wanting so much money, it's ridiculous. Like, you should accept what you give them. Like, you're not saving lives here. You're literally just running about on a bit of grass with a ball. It's gone mad. The sport has gone mad. But yeah, I think that's where we call it. I will be doing predictions again for next season. Probably just before the season starts, because I want to see who teams buy. Obviously I want to see who comes up first. We still have Forest against Huddersfield. So I want to see who teams buy. We'll see how it's going, and then we'll make that prediction. So that'll be in August probably. But yeah, heartbreaking end, but we did our best, and we still have Saturday to look forward to, and we'll be back next season. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, have a like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.